heretofore, those who presented the truth of which message? What says that message? The third angel. If any man. All right. Verse 15, the 13th chapter of Revelation. If you don't bow down and worship, you must be what? Killed. Is that a warfare? It says, heretofore, those who presented the truths of the which message? The third angel have often been regarded as mere alarmists. Their predictions that religion where in the United States, the church and state would unite to persecute those who keep the commandments of God have been pronounced good. It has been confidently declared that this land, America, could never become other than what it has been, the defender of religious freedom. But as the question of enforcing Sunday is widely agitated, the event so long doubted and disbelieved is seen to be approaching. And what, friends? And the third message will produce an effect which it could not have had before. So here comes the question. Do we hear of men in the world calling for a Sunday law? If so, that means within our churches, in our homes, the trumpets needs to be sounding. A call to repentance, a call to gather to Christ. The alarm must be sounded. War is coming. Prepare for the crisis. War is coming. Prepare for the close of probation. War is coming. Prepare to meet the second coming of Christ. Look at this, my friends. Who is that? John Kerry, July 23rd, 2016. Headline reads, John Kerry says what? Climate change as big a threat as ISIS. And what does Pope Francis say must be that law that every nation must enforce in order to combat climate change? Sunday observance. Look at this from The Guardian. It says, this is what date? July 24th, 2016. And these are just the most recent. You know, Safe to Serve, we cover this every week. And every week is something new. And yet, there's no alarm being sounded. No alarm. If there is no alarm being sounded, then the messages are peace and safety. Just go to sleep. Everything is going to be okay. God forbid. God forbid. It says, watch, The Guardian, it says, the world can't afford to silence us. Black church leaders address what? Climate change. Look at this. Laudato Si. In his encyclical, the Pope says, let me just skip through this. He says, Sunday, or what? On Sunday, participation in the Eucharist has special importance. Sunday, like the what? Jewish Sabbath, is meant to be a day which heals our relationships with God, with others, with the world. The law of weekly rest forbade work on the seventh day. Rest opens our eyes to what, friends? The larger picture, and gives us renewed sensitivity to the rights of others. And so, the day of rest, which day did he say? Sunday, on the Eucharist, sheds its light on the whole week and motivates us to greater concern for what? Two things. For nature and the poor. So what must be enforced in every country to combat climate change and to care for the poor, to restore temporal prosperity? The Pope is calling for a Sunday law. How many nations last year, 2015, December 2015, signed the climate change agreement? And how many churches began to sound the alarm? Friends, if you wait until the fire burns and consumes the building and then you sound the alarm, tell me what's wrong with that picture. It's too late, my friends. It's too late. Once you see danger coming, sound the alarm. Look at this. Oh, my friends, it pains me to read this. This is Adventist News Network. Headline reads, it says, Seventh-day Adventists, what? Reaffirm commitment to what? Preserving the in other words, they are joining in with the Pope and his agents to combat climate change. Oh, friends, it says, world leaders gather where? Seventh-day Adventist Church supports and applauds what? The efforts of these political leaders, churchmen, to come to an agreement to stem the what? The deterioration of our earth due to climate change. Oh, friends. What is the foundation based on the words of Pope Francis to combat climate change? Sunday observance, Sunday by law. Look at this. U.S. Attorney General, what does she say, friends? We have discussed doing what? Prosecuting climate change deniers. Not only companies, but individuals. So when Sunday becomes the law of the land, what will happen to God's commandment-keeping people? Where is the alarm? And here it is. I won't spend time on this. Let me read that. It says, Loretta Lynch, she says, she discussed the possibility of what? Pursuing civil actions against whom? So-called climate change deniers. But she has referred it to whom? The FBI, to consider whether or not it meets the criteria for which we could take what? Look at this. Arizona, I'm just bringing you back into memory lane. Arizona senator says what? Church attendance should be what? Mandatory. Which day is she talking about, my friends? She says, I believe what's happening to our country is that there is a what? A moral erosion of the soul of America. Is the soul that is corrupt. How do we get back to a moral rebirth in America? I don't know. Since we are slowly eroding religion at every opportunity that we have. Then she says what, friends? Probably we should be what? Debating a bill requiring every American to attend a church of their choice on Sunday to see if we can get back to having what? A moral rebirth. Is a war coming? A spiritual war. Not America with Boko Haram. Not America with ISIS. No, friends. It's a spiritual war. What must now be blowing in our churches, in our homes, trumpets and alarms. Look at this. Sunday traditions, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, December 25th. Our Congress should do what? Let's skip on down. Revisit our candidates for what? President. Should consider advocating the restoration of Sunday as a day of rest. How much clearer can it be? As we need to restore. We need to restore. Oh, friends, are they calling for a Sunday law? So what must now be blowing? Look in the UK. It says, watch this, Sunday shopping. Laws protect what? The common leisure time, essential for family life and social activities. British evangelicals are praising the UK's decision to preserve what? Limits on Sunday shopping. Write down, come on, write down. Great controversy, page 587. and write Sunday law to combat immorality. Sunday law to combat immorality. One more, write down Great Controversy, page 589, page 590. Sunday law, 589, 590. A Sunday law is coming to combat the financial crisis and climate change. Are we here? Look at this, my friends. Let's pass this. Look at this. It says, look, even in India, what are they calling for? A day of rest. On which day? Last paragraph. On which day? On Sunday. Look at this. And now some of you say, but in America, we have liberty of conscience. But what does the Pope say? He says, watch carefully, he says this: religion should not be confined to personal conscience. Where are the trumpets and the alarms that ought to be blowing, friends? It's a peace and safety message now being preached within our churches. Look at this. Then he says in The Guardian 2015, he says freedom of expression has what? Limits. Friends, can you see this? And God told us, go with me to Jeremiah chapter 6, and God told us in these last days, his professed people, they will shun. Lord help us. They will not want to hear the trumpet messages and the alarm messages. They want a peace and safety message. They want a message that tells them that they are okay. Some of you detest a message regarding country living. Growing your own food in the country to get ready for the little time of trouble. Oh, friends.